Airplanes have now officially become one of the most dangerous means of transportation. And after what just happened a couple hours ago, it is now confirmed that there is something very dark going on that people need to understand. Just a few minutes ago, the United Airlines flight actually caught fire during its takeoff. And this is the actual footage which was captured by the passengers inside of the airplane. Take a look at this stuff. It's extremely scary if you are someone that actually travels on airlines most of the times. Look at this stuff. It seems like the engine was failed and it was caught on fire and they had to immediately evacuate everyone. And literally it seems like the engine was on fire. We also have another perspective of what actually happened, and it seems like the wings was on fire. That looks crazy. That looks crazy. And people are just screaming, please get us out of here, because it definitely seems like the flight is not safe. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but it seems like planes have been constantly crashing. It's not just in the United States, but in the past month itself, we have seen multiple airplanes crash in China, and one was in Russia, and then one was in India, and there were multiple airlines crashes in America itself. Now, I don't know if you guys are seeing the pattern here, but it definitely seems as though all of these UAP situations and everything that's been going on around us right now. And also we got whistleblowers who have been claiming that aliens are finally showing up, and government isn't giving us an answer. And people have definitely been seeing a lot of different UFO activities all over in the sky throughout the entire world. It's not just America, but the footages of these UFOs were actually captured throughout the entire world. Now recently the Philly plane crashed, and there are some crazy scary ass footages that was shared, and this is one of them, man. Just take a look at this stuff. Oh my god. This is literally on the crash site. They're trying to see if there are any passengers, any survivors.
Oh my god. Fuck. It was a fucking plane.
Oh my god. It's just splattered into pieces, bro. That's crazy.
Oh my god. Oh no. Who's hurt? Oh,
I have never
god.
seen anything like this. This is like a massive crash.
Yeah, you got it? Yeah.
This is massive crash.
That looks like a fucking...
We've actually got like different perspectives from which you can look at the way that the plane crashed, and this is one of them. Look at that stuff. Damn. That looks like someone just dropped some sort of a nuclear bomb. Like the way that it just loses control in mid-air and then just straight up lands right on the ground. It definitely seems like something crazy is going on. Now, one of the guys at Daily UFO, they captured a footage using a satellite, which is basically used in order to, keep an eye out on what's happening around in the sky. And they have now caught one of the most craziest footage of what we would like to call as the UFOs. Now, take a look at this, because these are like the birds. Now, you can obviously see that they have like a pattern or a formation in which they move. And then these are like the satellites, which are like super slow, by the way. Satellites moves very slow. And then you also have an airplane that comes up, right? Look at this stuff. These are like the airplanes. And look at how they move. These are like aircrafts. It could be chopper. It could be airplanes. They kind of move at this speed. And then we actually got something crazy that was caught on camera as well. Look at this stuff. Nobody knows what the hell this is. And it's moving rapidly fast. That's just crazy, right? It's going super fast, like not even the flights, not even the choppers, nothing could go this fast. And look at this stuff. It just makes a stop anytime it wants. Look at that. It literally just made a stop right in midair and then takes a deviation, takes a turn. Let me just play this once again. You'll see that it stops. Boom. And then takes a right turn. Like literally the gravitational force doesn't exist. It's one of the most craziest technologies. It seems like either the government is like preparing for some sort of a fake alien invasion threat on some of these crazy ass unrevealed technology. Some of these alien UFO whistleblowers have been stating that, they have hold of one of the best technologies that exist in the world as of now, because they seem to have captured some sort of UFO technology, which they are now reverse engineering it. And they say that they have already retrieved multiple multiple UFOs and aliens. They've met these aliens. They've had some contacts. They've spoken to these things or whatever the extraterrestrial beings that they mentioned. Some people say that it's angels. Now, one of the craziest things that has ever happened as of now is the MH370, which is the Malaysian Airlines that went completely missing in the sky 11 years ago. And now, after all these years, it seems like we have finally received like the official footage of what really happened to this airlines. And I've got to say, it's going to blow your minds off because it definitely seems like the things that are flying around in the sky, which we like to call as the UFOs, they have some crazy involvements that's going on with flights going missing and all of these weird sonic technologies that they are using in order to make the engines fail. And we don't have any idea on who is doing this stuff, right? So that's one of the craziest part, because take a look at this one, which comes from Ashton Forbes, where he says that it's crazy that people can't accept that this is MH370, the plane that supposedly vanished without a trace 11 years ago. The US intel or military knows what happened, and the video is finally here to give us a solid proof. And if you actually take a look at this footage, look at this stuff, man. It's crazy.
The missing Malaysian Airlines. And watch as the three UFOs.
You see, the UFO comes in
perfect.
It starts circulating.
Come right around MH370. And zoom right here.
And then it forms into another UFO. Like, we don't even know where this other one just came from. It just appeared out of thin air.
There's the second one, and here.
And then the third one appears.
The third UFO comes in,
and then they just keep circulating over this plane, around this plane.
Etheric energy, the 0-point technologies, make the craft disappear.
It seems like they are kind of generating some sort of energy, because look at this stuff. They are forming some sort of a triangular shape. They're perfectly in sync, by the way, and they're just spinning around as far as they could or as fast as they could. And most probably they're trying to create some sort of an energy in order to open some sort of a portal. Now that's one of the most scariest things, because what we're going to be witnessing further ahead, because we only got this much of footage previously, but then now it seems like we have gotten like the extended footage, and this is what happened actually. Look at this stuff. So after this cloud, the plane just keeps moving. This
is 10-year-old video.
And right here, boom, it's gone. And before it goes, there's some sort of a plasma blast that just happens. We don't know what the hell that is. Look at that stuff. Looks like it just time traveled or went into some sort of a portal. And then we don't have the plane coming out of anywhere, you know? That's crazy, because there is some crazy involvement that's going on with the UAP and UFOs. And now we're seeing all of these planes crashing and crazy things happening around us. It's definitely not safe, guys, because take a look at some of these craziest footage that we have just come across with these airplane crashes.
Yep.
This is from one of the cameras that were set in the building. Oh my God, that's scary. Literally, just look at that stuff. It looks like a missile just hit. Damn. That blew into pieces, man. You can even hear the aircraft.
And yep.
That's scary. Now we also have another angle of the same aircraft crashing once again. This one is like the craziest angle, man. Oh my God.
What the hell? What the hell?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. La ilaha illallah.
Imagine you're right there. Imagine yourself you're just walking around the streets, and then you start hearing this airplane, and you're just thinking, okay, it's probably just landing because there's an airport nearby, and out of nowhere it just blows up. It just crashes and blows up. That's one of the craziest things ever. And if you were in the flight, my God, this would be one of the most scariest ever experience for all of those passengers, man. I can't even imagine how that would have felt like. But these things are actually crazy because, you know, in the United States, and it's not just the United States, there are crazy stuff that's happening all around the world, but just focusing on United States as of now, there are some bizarre stuff that's really going on. Because first we have the bridge collide that happened, and then we had the plane crash that just happened yesterday, and then we also had like the Black Hawk chopper, which kind of just crashed into another airplane. How did these guys not even see the airplane? Are you really telling me that the Black Hawk pilots, who are supposed to be one of the most experts when it comes to flying choppers, they did not see the flight that was literally flying right in front of them. And how did they not even avoid that stuff? It's one of the most bizarre stuffs. And we also had another Alaska jet which just crashed out of nowhere. And this thing just literally happened. Just take a look at this stuff. It's just flying very casually, and out of nowhere, the pilot just ejects, and then it just goes down. Literally just goes down and blows up. Why is all of these things happening? It's not just the passenger flights. It's not just the commercial flights. It's happening to literally everyone, everywhere. And it seems like there's something going on in the sky. Probably, you know, it has some very good relation with the drone situation and with the UFOs or the alien stuff that's really going on as of now. It seems like those are the things that are trending. And we don't know, man. It's a very scary era to live in. I get a lot of anxieties when I'm traveling on an airplane, and especially after seeing all of these crashes that's happening back to back to back, I'm really super scared. Because recently I traveled on the flight, but this time for some reason, it just seems like the pilot wanted to have some fun. In the flight that I was supposed to travel it. Most of the times, I don't really experience any sort of issues in the flights, but for the very first time on my last flight, I experienced one of the most craziest anxieties because the pilot just decided to turn the plane all over 90 degrees. Like, I was literally sitting in the plane and just going all the way to 90 degrees, and I was so scared, and every single passenger in the flight were like super scared of what was going on. And it just seems like all these crazy things are happening in flights right now. UFO involvement in flights. And you know, the flight has gone missing. There is no signal that is being connected to this flight. Nobody knows where it is. It hasn't even crashed in sea, neither on land. And they have been trying to find any sort of information about this flight for like 11 years now. And they haven't found anything. And just 11 hours ago, someone just posted this footage where apparently it seems like they have captured something that looks like a very weird disc-shaped UFO. Nobody knows what it is. It's one of the best footages that we've had so far. Look at this stuff. You can actually hear the sound. It's very colorful. And it's disc-shaped. Look at that stuff, man. That's not a normal flight. That's definitely not a flight, not a chopper, and it's actually flying over the sea. It's coming all the way from the sea, and it's glowing, completely glowing. What in the world is that? Look at that, it just turns off. It turns off the lights and disappears. It literally disappears. It turns the lights off. Probably it has some sort of a cloaking device, because most of the alien movies that I've seen, aliens usually have these cloaking devices, right? Look at the way it disappears. At first, it turns off all the lights. I think it's just turning on the cloak device. Look at that. It's turning on the cloak device. Let me just slow this down so you guys can see. So now the cloaking device is activated, and then it's basically getting activated throughout the entire ship, I guess. And then boom. It's completely gone, and then it appears again, and then it completely disappears once again. Look at this stuff. It's gone. What in the world is even that? Look at this stuff, man. That's one of the most bizarre things that's actually happening. These things are real. People have literally captured this stuff. This is some crazy technology that we have absolutely no idea about. And I'm thinking that, you know, there is some weird stuff that's really going on in our skies, and this needs to be sorted. And it seems like the government isn't going to be giving us any answers. Traveling in flights are definitely one of the most riskiest things to do as of now. We don't know anytime anything could be happening. And in most of the places where there are more of these drones or UAPs or UFO sightings, I think that's where all of these things are happening the most, right? I mean, look at this stuff, man. We got some crazy footage of this aircraft just crashing by. Oh my god. And this is what it looks like.
Oh god.
Is that a gunshot? Or what is it? Something just blew up. Dude, that's scary, man. Oh my goodness. Damn, that's a car burning. That's a lot of people dead. A lot of people dead. You know what's actually scary about this whole thing? This was captured in Fox News, and as you can see, take a look at this one right here, man. Before the airlines just crashed, there seems to have been some sort of, shock wave or like a pulse that just got released. And that's where the airplane lost its control, or it lost one of its engine or whatever that happened. So it all started with this pulse right here. And we even have this in like a video. Let me just show you guys the video over here. Just watch this stuff happening, right? The airplane just keeps coming in. And look at this very carefully. You'll actually see that there is some sort of a pulse that comes out of this airplane. Let me just zoom that in a slow motion. The airplane comes in, and right here in this second, you'll witness that there is some sort of a pulse that just blows up in the mid-air. Something just blows up, some sort of pulse. We don't know what that is. And then it comes straight down, crashing, and boom. And some guy was just buying his McDonald's, having a good day. And randomly, the plane crashes literally next to him. Right next to the drive-thru which he was in. And right behind his car, the plane crashes.
Oh, shit. A plane just fucking crashed. Oh, shit.
Damn, man.
Oh, shit. A plane just fucking crashed.
That will be one of the scariest things ever. Like, imagine you're in this situation. You see a plane crashing right behind you.
Shit, a plane just fucking...
Oh, my goodness. This right here is the aftermath of this location. I think the drive-thru is somewhere right over here. Somewhere here, And the plane literally crashed in this street. That's crazy, bro. Everything is gone. Everything is destroyed. And people are really wondering what in the world is really going on right now, because there are so many weird things going on in January, December. These 2 months have been crazy, man. We've been seeing some unexpected things happening all around us, and it definitely seems like there's something going on in our skies, and it's better if we avoid taking flights as of now. Even if it's a very long journey, I would genuinely feel like I'm gonna take the roads. I'm gonna take my car, or maybe travel in a bus, whatever other means of transportation, maybe trains, or any kind of transportation that you might have is gonna be a much better option than to take the flights as of now. It's not just America, right? There are crazy things happening. This was an event that actually happened in India, where it seems like a flight that was coming from Dubai, which was supposed to go to Delhi. It actually did an emergency landing in Bangalore in India, and that was because something failed in the engine. And passengers were removed out of the flight. Then we have another
Air India flight bound for Delhi made an emergency landing in Bengaluru on January 5th after one of its engines shut down mid-air due to a technical issue. The A320 aircraft landed safely under full emergency conditions. Fortunately, there were no injuries reported, and all passengers on board were unharmed.
Everything is happening right one after the other. Like all different countries. It's not just America. It's all different countries that are experiencing flights malfunctioning. And it seems like, engines are definitely failing, and that's probably because they have some sort of technology up in the sky that's kind of just pulsing or releasing some sort of electromagnetic wave that could disrupt with your engines and then shut it down or something like that. We never know. So from the footage that we have seen so far, it definitely does look like UAPs are involved in this whole situation. And that's the most scariest things ever. I'm not going to be trusting any sort of airlines in order to make sure that I'm going to be reaching safe, right? Because just last week, once again, the Flying Emirates, this flight makes another stop in Bangalore.
Makes emergency.
That's crazy, man.
Lumpur.
And all of these things, it's literally happening one after the other. And this is a solid proof, guys. I think we should start waking up, and we need to start asking questions to the government on what's really going on. How are the aviation systems so weak all over the country all of a sudden? And it never happened before. And then out of nowhere, in the past 2 months, every single airlines is crashing one after the other. Some or the other crazy stuff happening. I think this is crazy, and this needs to be solved as soon as possible. Until then, I would strongly suggest that, try to avoid avoid taking planes because it's going to be one of the most dangerous means of transportation. Now, that being said, I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this whole situation, everything that you've seen so far in today's podcast. So please go ahead and leave your feedback in the comments down below. I would love to read them. I would love to reply and see what kind of takes you guys might have about this whole situation. Have you had any weird experiences with your journey on flight ever? I would love to hear what kind of bad experience that you've had on your flight journeys. It's going to be very interesting comments to read and reply to as many of you guys as I possibly can. Now, if you guys did go on and enjoy today's podcast, please make sure to go ahead, drop a big fat like. It really goes a long way, helps the channel out a lot more than you guys think. So your support is very much appreciated. And thank you guys so much for supporting the channel for the past couple of months. It's been one hell of a journey, starting this podcast kind of content, and you guys have been extremely supportive. By the way, it's overwhelming. Thank you guys so much for all the support. With that being said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.